Hi, this is Paul Pachter, CEO at Long Island Cares. Welcome to Breaking Bread at Long Island Cares. I'm coming to you from the DDBR Kitchen Studio, right here at Long Island Cares in Hop Hog. And today's program focuses in on volunteering. And I'm so excited to have with me today three of our wonderful volunteers that have spent a lot of time here at Long Island Cares, giving of their skills and their talents to help this organization operate and function, because we couldn't function without volunteers. And with me today are Ed and Anita Hall and Marguerite Cunnington. And these are three people who have done just great work here at Long Island Cares for years. And I hope that by the time this interview is over, those of you that are watching and hopefully subscribing to our YouTube channel will think about volunteering as well. So Ed, I'm going to begin with you. What attracted you to volunteering here at Long Island Cares?
My wife Anita and I were both retired, had a lot of time on our hands, and we thought it was a good time to give something back to the community. And in knowing that there are so many people that are hungry on Long Island, we did a little search to find a place where we could be of help. And being a Harry fan,
There you go.
from the past helps. And I know from the past that he has done great things in that area. So it just seemed like a great opportunity to give back, and a feel-good opportunity.
So Anita, did you and Ed, knowing that Ed is a fan of Harry Chapin, I imagine, as were
Yes.
you, did you, when you were looking for an opportunity to give back some of your time, did you specifically focus in on Long Island Cares, or you looked at other organizations?
I think we did look around a little bit. We were trying to decide what we wanted to do, and then I think we were at a food drive at one of the local stores, and we said, volunteering there might be a great thing, and it is. It's a wonderful experience, and it does make you feel good. I mean, we've been so fortunate in our lives, and doing something to give back, I think, is very important.
Thank you. Marguerite, what was it for you, that attracted you to coming here and volunteering? And I see Ed and Anita all the time, whether I'm walking the warehouse or through the main building itself. You've become a fixture here.
Thank you. I started volunteering the year of Hurricane Sandy.
Oh.
I was at a local church, and for one day when I brought supplies to them, and I was helping them sort, and then I saw in the Newsday different organizations that were looking for volunteers, and knowing Long Island Cares from past work-related volunteer opportunities that our job may have done, I said, well, that would be good for me. And first stop was doing a food drive, and did a couple of those, and I applied and started working in the pantry back here in Hop Hog.
It's really interesting, as Ed and Anita said, when you retire, you never really retire. You just stop going to your paid job, and you find some other opportunity where you can contribute your time and your talents and make a difference in everyone's life. For them, it was remembering Harry, and making the connection between the organization he founded and themselves. And for you, it was at the height of a tremendously difficult time for people on Long Island during Hurricane Sandy in 2013. And we were so fortunate during that year and 1 or 2 years after to be able to attract so many volunteers to come and help out, whether it was in the warehouse or going to one of our satellite locations. Because in 2013, at the height of the storm, we opened up our South Shore Service Center in Lindenhurst, which is still there today. Marguerite, what are you doing here? What kind of jobs, have we given you to do? I know I see you at the computer all the time. I see you in agency relations, and I know you're making a difference. But where are you able to use your skills here at the organization?
I I work also volunteer also at the Lindenhurst
Oh, wow.
pantry. on Tuesdays with the veterans.
Excellent.
I always had somewhat people skills from working in a government job,
Oh, okay.
customer relations per se within that job, customer contact or, resident contact. So it's the same thing, here at the pantry over at Lindenhurst with the veterans. And it's very, very rewarding there. And then, of course, then I work here a few hours a week in the office, just regular, any kind of clerical that's needed. And again, going back to my background in clerical work. And of course, I've, done some events. I've worked, I boxed
And you bake.
donations.
And you bake.
Yes, I treat them nicely.
It's exciting for me to know that, your involvement is both here in Hauppauge and at Lindenhurst. We're so fortunate in that every time we've opened up a satellite center, Freeport, Lindenhurst, Huntington Station, the immediate community, people who live, within 3 miles of the location, from the moment we open the front door, people are there asking, how can I help? I know you are opening up in my neighborhood. What is it that we can do? I know you're having a food pantry. Interesting, you mentioned the food drives and you mentioned the satellites. One thing that has sort of grown over the last, I would say 5 years, is the community in Huntington, Lindenhurst, in Freeport, donate approximately 9,000 pounds of food every month without it coming here to Hauppauge. So they could have 3 dozen volunteers in Freeport, 2 dozen volunteers in Huntington, and every month when people come, they're bringing food with them. And, it's been a tremendous, tremendous help. Ed and Anita, you guys I see all the time in the warehouse, whether it's freezing outside and we're all, shivering in the warehouse, or it's very hot and we're sweating. Describe the work you're doing there, because I always see you guys down a specific aisle and you are surrounded by food. Stuff that's coming out of the freezer, stuff that's coming out of the cooler. You're going through it, you're sorting it. It's, labor intensive. What are you doing here?
Me?
Well, that's exactly what we do. We box frozen foods, we sort them. We bring them out on big pallets, and I usually am building boxes, making boxes. There's a lot more that goes into it than just sorting through the food. Making boxes, breaking down the boxes. We put them into 40-pound boxes.
Okay.
Sorted by...
Sort of
Go
by
ahead.
meat, frozen assorted foods, pork, which is separate for obvious reasons. It's a workout.
Yeah, it is.
We've our record is 4,580 pounds
Wow,
in
in one day.
In one day.
In about 4 hours,
It's
yeah.
like climbing a greased pole. Because the minute you finish, suddenly Joel is bringing in more food. So we try to get finished before he shows up.
That helps.
But it's a workout.
And it makes it easier, of course, boxing it and sorting it makes it easier
Sure.
to distribute that food. So that's
Then-
always the goal, that it makes it easier, that we're helping, to get things out quickly.
I should say that we found this niche,
Yeah, I've noticed that.
which, because initially it's morphed into what we originally came here doing. I mean, originally we were packing for kids.
Right, okay.
And then we had finished early once, and I said, anybody need any help? And Paul was over there, and I went and helped him, and then from then on, it was, I think we should be doing this because the need is there.
And it's also, as you said, being able to repack and sort 4,000 pounds of food in a day. You know that the food is needed, you know how the food is going out. It's almost instant gratification that, you know what, we put together 4,000 pounds of food today. Conceivably, it's going to provide 3,700 meals for people in need. And if you weren't here for the 4 or 5 hours, it would still be in the freezer.
Yeah.
So, when you say you've established a niche for yourself here at Long Island Cares, I know that when I walk in the warehouse, down the sorting aisle on any given day, I'm going to see Don and Paul, 2 of our other volunteers. I know that if I go into the fourth row, Ed and Anita are there all the time. And I know that here, if someone's out at the front desk, Marguerite is here. Agency relations on a busy day, Marguerite is here. Marguerite, what do you see and what would you tell other people are the benefits of volunteering?
First of all, it helps you feel better about yourself when you are giving to others. I feel that in an organization such as Long Island Cares, there are so many other jobs that need to be filled that paid employees can't possibly do in a day. And, volunteering will give you just that, especially for retirees, I think you have to have purpose in your life, and
Sure.
Whether it's whatever kind of volunteer job you decide to do, I feel that it's worth looking into.
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, and I've heard it from a number of people. It brings purpose to what we're doing. You've spent your entire adult career working, bringing in a paycheck. You've earned the right to retire, take it a little easier in your life. But at the same time, I need a purpose in my life. I just can't wake up in the morning, take a walk in the park, go food shopping, maybe go to a movie, come home. There's got to be something more to my life that I can do, especially in a situation where you could help people in need. For you, Anita, what were the benefits?
Well, I think the same thing. I mean, just I feel like we've been so lucky in our lives, and just being able to give back to people that maybe have not been as fortunate as we are. So it does make you feel good, and hopefully we know we're helping some people. So.
Well, you absolutely are. Ed, do you remember the process when you decided after talking to Anita that, look, I think we're going to go volunteer. I'd like to do this at Long Island Cares. How did you go about it? And was it easy? Did we throw obstacles in your way?
I basically let my fingers do the walking, going online, looking at different places, but I knew of Harry Chapin, so I went on the website. It was fairly simple, and then I wound up calling. I don't remember exactly, but we came in and got on their mailing list, and then we would get some list of things and opportunities to help. And we picked one, and it was Pack for Kids at that time. And we've done a variety of things too. We've stood in front of stores. I've gone with Paul to deliver food to people. But it was fairly easy. It was easy. Came in, filled out an application or a waiver of sorts.
It's a wonderful thing that people who are interested in volunteering can do it simply by going on our website at licares.org. They can walk into any one of our 4 locations, fill out an application. It's a simple application. We'll ask a couple of questions. People can call here and say, I'd like to volunteer. And we try to streamline the process so that we're not keeping you waiting too long. 2-3 days, that'll be great. Come on in. We do a good orientation program. You get to meet the staff. I know how fond my staff are of volunteers, and I vice versa. I see the volunteers, interact with them every day. What can I say other than thank you so much for all you do, for selecting Long Island Cares to be a place where you can donate your time and talents. The process is easy, but more importantly, the work you do is so important. With 50 staff people, 272,000 people who are hungry on Long Island, supporting 350 organizations. The 50 of us just can't do it alone. So volunteering at a satellite, volunteering in the warehouse, at a special event or anywhere else works.
I do sing the taxi song when we drive to Harry's house.
Excellent. Ed Hall, Anita Hall, Marguerite Coddington, thank you so much for breaking bread at Long Island Cares with us.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It was a
my
pleasure.
Pleasure.
This has been such an enlightening program today. We're celebrating National Volunteer Week. So what better way to celebrate that than to have 3 of our wonderful volunteers here at Long Island Cares tell you about their experience. I hope you found it enlightening, informative, and honest, because honestly, we couldn't do what we do without these folks. So if you want to volunteer, simply reach out to us at licares.org or give us a call at 631-582-FOOD. But if you like what you're seeing today on Breaking Bread, stay right there at your screen and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, this is Paul Pachter, CEO of Long Island Cares, the Harry Chapin Regional Food Bank. Thanks for watching.